When antibiotics were first discovered, they were like magic. Infections that used to be deadly were gone. They remain one of our best medicine tools. They're one of our greatest achievements, and they're the most widely used treatment we have. But with any magic, there's a trade-off. It's important for us to understand the impacts on the gut microbiome and how that could impact long-term health. See, the key here is that antibiotics don't just target harmful bacteria. They wipe out everything. It would be like trying to get rid of a single mosquito by burning down an entire forest. And your gut microbiome, that's the forest. And while we know the gut microbiome can bounce back, repeated antibiotic use and antibiotic use really young before the gut microbiome is stable can have detrimental outcomes. What's really important to note here is it's the repeated use, the overprescription, the let's just take antibiotics just in case. With multiple uses of antibiotics, young or throughout your lifetime, your gut diversity can drop and important species can be completely lost. And once they're gone, they're really difficult to get back. This overuse of antibiotics is really important to target in on when it's young. We know that kids who get antibiotics multiple times in their early years are more likely to have allergies and asthma, and there's even ties back to mood disorders or other gut-brain communication issues. Because your early microbiome sets the tone for everything. And we know that the gut microbiome becomes adult-like really early, between 3 and 5, but it's still super plastic. So this multiple use of antibiotics can have long-lasting impacts. And we're still really learning to understand how important the gut microbiome is, and the research is catching up fast. We're now linking dysbiosis in the microbiome or imbalances to things like inflammatory bowel disease, obesity, autoimmune diseases, even neurological conditions. We're now understanding the gut just isn't part of the system. It might be the major system or the key player in understanding our overall health. So what do you do when those key species are gone or when the dysbiosis has been long-lasting and has had huge impacts on your overall health? There is something hopeful here. This is where FMT, or fecal microbiota transplantation, is one of the most exciting answers we have. You can transfer a healthy microbiome from a donor to a recipient and reseed that gut and get those healthy species back. You can think of FMT as like reseeding a forest after a wildfire. With the right conditions, those microbes can come back. And yes, you change your diet, you learn to feed them, and they stay there long lasting. And we know that FMT can be life-changing. The research is outstanding, and really understanding how do we rebuild the gut when it's gone, this seems to be the best answer we have. So what if the dysbiosis isn't so bad? You're not missing key species, they may just be unbalanced. You've bounced back from antibiotics, but you don't feel exactly the same as you did before. Well, even without FMT, you're not powerless. You can support your gut with fermented foods, eating less sugar, really being careful with the processed foods that you eat, and as well as diversifying that diet, eating whole foods, eating fresh. And making sure you're asking the right questions before you start taking antibiotics. How can I prep my gut before and after to best support the bounce back if antibiotics is required? The exciting part right now is not only are we learning more about the gut microbiome and its role in different diseases, we're learning how to protect it and what its health means. We're starting to treat our gut microbiome like the organ it is, the key player in so many parts of all the systems with us. It's connected to our liver and our heart and our lungs and our brain, and we're really starting to appreciate it and understanding how to protect it. At Novel Biome, we're at the forefront of the importance of the gut microbiome, the research, how do we protect it, how do we restore it. We're not just thinking about gut health today, we're trying to understand how to build tools for long-term resilience. We specialize in FMT, but we also have a wide understanding of how to protect the gut microbiome. Check out our other videos, our longer podcasts, and if you're a clinician and you want to ask questions, you can reach out to us directly.